The following is a presentation of the Matt Talk Podcast Network.
Holy crap, it's cold. Like, I know I live in Minnesota, but it's November 12th and the daytime high wasn't the issue. It was the 5 degrees this morning while getting the kids ready for school. I chatted with ODU wrestling coach Steve Martin this morning, and the first thing he asked me was how the weather was. After a nicely put expletive-laced retort, I finally answered with the current state of the atmospheric conditions. You, however, can get that update every day on my personal Twitter account at Jason M. Bryant at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Yeah, just something I like to do. I moved out here to Minnesota for a job. I left Minnesota for a job. I came back to Minnesota due to the proximity of my wife's family and the abundance of good wrestling in the Midwest. It's easier to do what I do from here than, say, my hometown. This is Short Time Shots, a mostly daily look at the scores and more from the world of wrestling. I'm Jason Bryant. Dual meet action falls where the difference is. Graceland earned the Big Six from Troy Heckaden, Brennan Swafford, and Drew Sams to lift the Yellow Jackets to a 24-18 win over Division III Simpson College on Tuesday. Missouri Baptist opened up the season with a 30-18 win over American Midwest rival Hannibal LaGrange. Jordan Sanders and Quentin Lawrence with falls there for the Spartans. They've got spirit. Go, go. Yeah, that was bad. Montana State Northern got its first dual win of the season as longtime rival and current Cascade Conference foes Southern Oregon came to town and then went home unhappy. Well, they didn't go home directly. More on that later. Returning national finalist Isaac Bartell registered a fall in 90 seconds at 197 to give the Lights a highlight victory. You see the pun there? Yes, they're the Lights. Get it? Montana State Northern Lights? Northern Lights? Yeah. Okay, maybe not. I can't seem to find any release of note, but apparently William Penn beat Waldorf by forfeit. Okay then. The top-ranked team in the NAIA Women's Division, Life University, knocked off Limestone 36-10 in that school's first-ever home duel. Alex Enriquez, Asia Cortez, and Gabby Hamilton secured falls for the, get this, Running Eagles. Yes, Running Eagles. Not just a chiropractic school. Actually, pretty much for the most part it is. By the way, it's that time again to start thinking about hosting a Takedown Cancer event at one of your home meets, tournaments, or youth events. Takedown Cancer raises money for the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund, where over 91% of all money goes directly to research doctors and other cancer-related projects. Takedown Cancer is an all-volunteer group with no paid salaries. Takedown Cancer has raised almost $250,000. Please consider hosting an event. Go to www.takedowncancer.org for more information or contact Mark New, that's MNEU at Shakopee, SHAKOPEE.K12.MN.US. Let's take down cancer. No one fights alone. Notables on the docket for November 13th see Cumberland University head to Bristol to take on King. The University of the Ozarks will head to Little Rock to face Arkansas Baptist. Southern Oregon continues its Montana expedition by heading to Providence. In Montana, not in Rhode Island. In Pennsylvania, Shippensburg will head to Elizabethtown, while Wilkes will head down the road to face the first-year program at Alvernia. A pair of duels in Ohio as Wilmington and Heidelberg will mix it up. Yes, the Student Princes of Heidelberg. God, I love that nickname. And Thomas More, made famous by the Val Kilmer's movie The Saint. By the way, he's made famous by more than that, but Thomas More, The Saints. Any reference I can get, and an Elizabeth Shue reference in this show, I'm going to do. Yeah, Elizabeth Shue and The Saint, I'm just going to move on now. By the way, Thomas More went back to the NAIA from Division III. They will face Ohio Wesleyan. A long story to get to an absolutely single sentence anyway. In Wisconsin, that's Wisconsin. In Sconny, that's Wisconsin for the rest of you. UW-Oskhosh will face off with UW-Eau Claire. See what happens when I try to write puns in this show and they don't come out organically? Yeah, my one take reveals all my quirks, my nuances, and my mistakes. Also in Wisconsin, a doubleheader of men's and women's wrestling where Lakeland, they're the Muskies, will face off with the first-year program at UW-Stevens Point, which is the Pointers. Very obvious nickname there. That'll be a doubleheader, so women will take to the mat before the men, and the men will get reacquainted. They know each other for a while. They're in the same conference. From the Daily Wrestling Newsletter, that was a really bad segue. The first 23 teams in the NWCA Division I Wrestling Coaches Poll remain the same this week. Penn State, which won its 60th dual meet in a row, was number 1 for the 34th straight week, while Army West Point entered the poll at number 24, and Campbell and Purdue entered the poll tied at number 25. It's the first time in school history Campbell has been ranked in the dual meet-based coaches poll, which dates back over 50 years. Davenport University at NCAA Division II announced it would become an associate member of the Great Lakes Valley Conference in wrestling along with the men's lacrosse program. While Division II does qualify through regionals, there are a number of conferences that sanction wrestling. Wrestling members in the conference include Bellarmine, Drury, Indianapolis, Lindenwood, Maryville, McHenry, and Ouachita Baptist. Bellarmine will depart soon as the school will transition to Division I. 5 Point Move returns with another blog from its Greco-Roman outposts. This time, Todd Allen gives us the Williams Word, a breakdown and update from the Greco-Roman program at Williams Baptist in Arkansas. Site founder Tim Hands doesn't disappoint, though, as he brings us Matt Linland's weekly report. He's throwing in uppers, folks. Ben Askren and Matt Dernland discuss the Jaden Ironman transfer and the future of regional training centers on the most recent Rootis Wrestling podcast. Messed up my R's there. Indian Hills Community College picked up the first commitment in school history for the fledgling women's program, as IAWrestle.com reports Chloe Clemens is committed to Coach Cole Spree's team. Moving to international stuff, we've got a doping alert as the 133-kilo Greco-Roman European Games champion, Kirill Hirshchanka. Let's try that again. Kirill Hirshchanka. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. He was stripped of his gold medal after testing positive for an anabolic steroid. I'm not going to try to pronounce at least the steroid. Sure, I can say Hirshchanka, no problem. Well, actually, I can't. But can I say dihydrochloromethyltestosterone? Oh, yeah. Not so bad there. Georgia's Jacoby Hadjaya is now the European Games gold medalist. Shout out Georgia, the country, not the state. Sorry, Cliff Fretwell. By the way, he's got a new hustle coming out. I don't have a link for it yet. Look for it in tomorrow's newsletter. The Cedar Rapids Gazette reports a former Xavier High School wrestler and current University of Iowa student died on Monday, according to an email distributed by the University of Iowa campus community. Jeff Vippond was a 2-year captain of the Cedar Rapids Xavier High School wrestling team. College journalism might be struggling some places, Northwestern, but at the University of Pennsylvania, it looks pretty fair to me, at least from a wrestling standpoint. The Daily Pennsylvanian features freshman Michael Kolioko, who's already making an impact in Philly. In case you're wondering, that's where the University of Pennsylvania is, Philly. The Knight Report, a Rivals-based Rutgers news site, has posted that Pete Lapari, a 141-pound NCAA qualifier for the Scarlet Knights, has entered the NCAA transfer portal. He recently lost his wrestle-off to highly touted freshman JoJo Aragona. The report doesn't go into much detail other than he's in the portal. Beam me up, Scotty. On the network, Chad Dennis. That was stupid, by the way. I'm not a Star Trek guy. I'm a Star Wars guy. No, I do not have Disney Plus yet. Yes, I will be getting it. Yes, I am interested in The Mandalorian. Moving on the network. Not that network, Disney Plus. This network, Matt Talk Online. Chad Dennis brings Alex Meyer back on the Matt Boss podcast to talk about the upcoming Chattanooga versus Iowa duel at Carver Hawkeye. He also talks about a number of things related to the Hawkeye program and Meyer's perspective having gone through them as an alum. You can get to read those stories and a lot more. There's a lot in there. A lot of wrestlers of the week, a lot of international news from Matt Talk Online's daily wrestling newsletter. Sign up for free at matttalkonline.com/news and get the day's top wrestling stories from around the world delivered to your inbox for free every single morning. Matt Talk Online daily wrestling newsletter is sponsored by Resolite. If you'd like to support the show and all the on-demand audio offerings, free newsletters, and historical research, you can support this program and the network by making a small monthly contribution or one-time donation by going to matttalkonline.com/join the team. Venmo, PayPal, buymeacoffee.com, or Patreon. And here's the perk with Patreon monthly. You get the cool perks like branded shirts, glasses, hats, digital preview guides, shout-outs on the show, and even a chance to be on Short Time. That gear coming from Compound. Yeah, we're outfitted. Cliff's got something coming for you on the hustle, but remember, I did that in one take and almost screwed it up to the point where I have to edit. Man, so close, so close. But remember, you've always got time for Short Time. It's just not good singing. I just need to stop.